A PEST analysis identifies 4 key factors of a business climate: political, economic, socio-cultural, and technological development. Here, I will be conducting a PEST analysis for the business culture of Mexico. First, we will discuss the political factors. The political environment can affect how a business or even country is impacted. Mexico's top 3 political parties are Morena, PAN, and PRI. The current governing political party is Morena, led by President Claudia Sheinbaum Pardo, who became the first ever female to be president of Mexico. The next election will be held in 2030. Second, we will discuss economic factors. There are many ways the economy can affect the business side of things. One is through trade. Mexico's top 10 exports include motor vehicles and parts, electrical machinery, industrial machinery, oil and mineral fuels, precision instruments, plastics, furniture, beverages, precious stones and metals, and vegetables. Mexico's top 10 imports include electrical machinery, industrial machinery, oil and mineral fuels, motor vehicles and parts, plastics, precision instruments, items Nisoi, iron and steel articles, and organic chemicals. Mexico's top 5 trading partners are the United States, Canada, China, Germany, and Japan. Mexico's current GDP in US dollars is $1.79. The GDP per capita in Mexico is $13,926.10, while the GDP per capita in the United States is $81,695.20. Through the last 5 years, Mexico's GDP growth rate has fluctuated. In 2018, it was at 2%, but dropped to negative 0.3% in 2019. It dropped even lower to negative 8.6% in 2020. However, it had a big jump to 5.7% in 2021. As of 2022, the GDP growth rate is 3.9%. To compare Mexico's GDP growth rate, I will also include the GDP growth rate for the past 5 years from the United States. In 2018, their GDP growth rate was 3% and dropped to 2.5% in 2019. In 2020, it was at negative 2.2%, but had a big jump to 5.8% in 2021. In 2022, the United States GDP growth rate was at 1.9%. GNI per capita of Mexico is $12,100, which can be compared to the United States, who have a GNI per capita of $80,300, and Brazil, who is at $9,070. Mexico has the highest annual inflation percentage at 5.5%, while the United States is at 4.1%, and Brazil is at 4.6%. USA's foreign direct investment in Mexico in stock is $130.3 billion. Mexico's foreign direct investment in the USA in stock is $33.8 billion. The percentage of GDP received of personal remittances for the last 5 years has steadily increased. In 2018, it was at 2.9%. 2019 was at 3.1%, and 3.9% in 2020. Then it grew to 4.2% in 2021 and stayed the same in 2022 at 4.2%. Third, we will discuss the social factors that can impact a business. Mexico has a population size of 130,739,927. The unemployment rate in Mexico is at 2.81%, while it is at 3.63% in the United States. Mexico's income per capita is $12,100. Mexico's percentage of population with a post-high school education, also known as tertiary education, is 27.27%. The tertiary education percentage in Brazil is 23.19%, while the tertiary education percentage in the United States is 51.26%. The top 3 religions in Mexico are Roman Catholic, which is about 78% of the population, Protestant and Evangelical Christian is at 11.2%, and 10.6% is other unaffiliated religions, which includes atheism. Mexico's top 3 languages are Spanish only, taking over 93.8% of the population. 5.4% is Spanish and indigenous languages, such as Mayan and Nuthal, and the other 0.8% is for indigenous only, or unspecified languages. The percentage of the Mexican population that is living in urban areas is at 81.6%, while 18.4% are living in rural areas. 43% of the population have access to drinkable water. To compare the intentional homicides per 100,000 people between Mexico, the United States, Canada, and Brazil, we have Mexico at 28, the United States at 7, Canada at 2, and Brazil at 22. Freedom House rankings of Mexico, the United States, and Nicaragua are as follows. Mexico is ranked at 60, the United States is ranked at 83, and Nicaragua is ranked at 16. Lastly, there are technological factors. The percentage of the population with access to cell phones varies by country. For example, Mexico has 100%, while the United States is at 110%, Brazil at 99%, and Costa Rica at 152%. The percentage of those populations with access to the internet are as follows. Mexico has 81% of their population with access to the internet. The United States has 97%. Brazil is at 84%, and Costa Rica is at 100% of their population. Fortunately, the access to electricity is at 100% of the population for all of Mexico, the United States, Brazil, and Costa Rica. The percentage of GDP through research and development expenditures for Mexico is 0.27%. The United States has 3.46% of their GDP being used for research and development. Brazil is at 1.15%, and Costa Rica is at 0.28%. Based on all the information I have given above for Mexico's PEST analysis, if I were to own a multinational company, I would invest in Mexico. I believe they can excel at and expand my business through trade. They do, however, have a high crime rate, but I would try to build within the low crime zones to avoid it. Mexico is growing rapidly at that, and so sooner I can invest, the better it would be for my business before others get the same idea. Thank you.